Welcome back for, this is version 2 of episode 10 here on Dose of Sunshine. Yes, I did actually record an entire episode with no sound, unbeknownst to me, but thank you so much for some fantastic viewers who wrote me after the fact and said, you know, I tried to listen on your live stream on my phone, on my computer, couldn't hear you. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's horrible. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to jump right back on and make sure that you guys get it. And I did test my video, my sound. So if you are catching me live, please drop a note in the comments and let me know if you can actually hear me or see me, or if you're having any problems, because of course I don't want that for you, my viewers. Now, again, this is Dose of Sunshine. I am Sunny Nielsen, messaging expert. And on this show, I bring you tips, tricks, just general information about business, marketing, creativity, because yes, I am a ham theater person here, and just general life mishaps about running a business while being a wife and mom. Now, today's episode, I really want to talk to you about I versus you messaging and what that means for your business. So a really great example of this is if you go on a first date. Say you're sitting down and you're all nervous, and you sit down in front of the other person, and then all you did was say, well, I went to school here, and I like dogs, and I like pink, and I go here, and I have these kinds of friends, and I have these kinds of hobbies, and I do this activity, blah, 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 I. How many of you think you would get a second date out of that? Probably not many, right? Chances are really low. And really, this comes down to the concept that people, of course, want to talk about themselves, but in reality, that is basically the exact opposite thing that you really want to do for your business. Because remember, when you are trying to talk to a prospect, or even when you're talking to a current client, you want to build this relationship because it is a relationship. You are trying to build this connection, this rapport with this other person. And the best way to do that, the easiest and fastest way to do that, is to ask them about themselves. So to change it from, well, I went to school here, I went and did this, I have this hobby, you turn it around and you say, what do you like to do? Where did you go to school? What is your family like? What do you do for work? And by changing and shifting the focus away from you as the business over to the prospect, it gives them a chance to, one, talk about themselves, which everybody loves to do, and two, it gives them a chance to open up and to give you some great insights into what they're really feeling, what they really want out of your product or your service or this relationship. And it gives you this fantastic gold mine of information about how you can solve their problem, because they'll talk in great detail. People love to talk about problems, like, yeah, this is horrible, this is that, like, but when you ask them, what is your biggest problem? What is the biggest issue that I can help you with? And they go, oh, it's great. I need this, this, and this, and I really wish that it was happening in 3 days instead of 3 months. Well, they just gave you this gold mine of information going, okay, if I can solve problem 1, 2, 3 and do it in 3 days instead of 3 months, guess what? I'll get this client and they will be with me, basically turn them into a raving fan for as long as I want to and as long as I maintain this relationship, because they've told you exactly what they need. So I want you to think about this not only in the short term, in terms of gaining the prospect, because that's where a lot of businesses are very short-sighted in this I versus you concept. A lot of people only think about framing it in the you frame of talking to the prospect, going, what do you need? What is your pain point? They really only tend to think about it in terms of their immediate advertising or flyer, Facebook ad, up until about the first sale. But the nice thing is that if some of them don't even think that far, but if you can continue the conversation, like, so once they get on the sale, once they've made the first sale, what are you then asking them after that? What are you saying? Oh, thank you so much for purchasing, or we hope we've solved this one problem for you. What would you like us to help you with next? Or what can we create to help your life be better? Or what is your next big issue? What can we support you with now? And they'll just keep feeding you information about all the products, the services, all the ways that you can help them be happy, and they will continue to be your client again and again and again forever. I want you to think about this again, not only in that sense, but even like on your website, on your homepage. You know, if I were to go to someone's homepage, like just www. Let's choose, I am a plumber, you know, say it's a plumbing service. And I type in plumber and I go to the website. When I'm searching for a plumber. Now, if I'm searching for a plumber, chances are I have a water problem. I have a plumbing problem, whether it's I need a new faucet, I need an upgrade, that my sink is leaking, but I have a problem that has to do with plumbing, right? So that's why I'm hunting for a plumber, because you don't tend to just wander around and search for stuff unless you have a problem to solve. Now, if I just searched for that, went to the website, how do you think it would make me feel if on the plumber's site, it kept going, like the first thing on the homepage was, I, the plumber, am so great. I, the plumber, have 40 years of experience. I, the plumber, have this. And yet they don't talk about how they can help me solve my immediate problem. Now, it's great, and I don't discount talking about your credentials, talking about testimonials, talking about how your value is there in your business in terms of experience, expertise, knowledge, you know, all of that service. I don't discount that, but I want to make sure that you don't lose the conversation, that you don't lose the relationship that you're trying to build when you're trying to get a prospect. So don't discount looking at your pages, looking at the areas that people come and find you. Now, if it's a flyer, if it's your homepage, even if it's a phone call, think about that conversation that you're having during the call, and how are you framing it to give you the most opportunities to build a connection with the client, and also get those little nuggets of information about how can we deliver just that little bit of extra service, or, you know, speed, or this one little bit of extra product that they've been missing from someone else, that our competitor doesn't give them, or that they weren't happy with their previous person. If you can listen in and hear those little bits of information, you can then utilize that for your business to create that long-lasting and strong connection with your prospects and your clients. So if you are joining me again, if you're catching me live and you jumped in the middle, welcome, welcome. Please drop a note in the comments, #live if you are catching me on the replay. I love #replay because I know that you are joining me. Thank you so much. I love that you guys come and join me. If you guys have any questions about messaging, about how to frame or reframe your positioning on your website or on your ads, or anything like that, feel free to drop a question in the comments, or feel free to DM me, and I will happily go through and just kind of help you work through that messaging and see how can you change what you're already doing or what you already have, because you don't have to completely scratch everything and start over. No, no, no. I don't want you to have to do double work. I just want you to take a look and reevaluate what you already have and say, how can I just tweak it a little bit and change the perspective away from me as the business owner and reframe it more towards you, the prospect. Now, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much to those viewers, and to my special viewer. Thank you, Fele, for telling me that I had no sound, because I was completely oblivious. That's what you get when you get new equipment right away. Test, test, test. And that's part of my messaging issue here. And again, we're all on the same journey together. We're all constantly progressing. Every day is a new day to learn. Now, I hope you guys will join me on my next episode of Dose of Sunshine. Until then, please like my show, like my page. You can hit the little bell button so that you can be notified the next time I have an episode. And if you know any business owner that would benefit from hearing this little message about reframing your positioning away from I and turn to you, please share this video out so that they can benefit as well. So until next time, thanks so much. Bye.